What's up, guys? I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you're new here, my name is Julie and I'm a novice soloist who's working towards making my fantasy wardrobe a reality. Today, because we're going into the new year, I thought we'd get really excited for the resolutions that are going to be coming up. And I hope you guys have set your resolutions. And if you haven't, if you're not those type of people, that's okay. Set some goals. Set some goals that you want to accomplish and start now. Because I truly believe that you shouldn't wait to start your goals. You shouldn't wait for New Year's. You shouldn't wait for the first of the month. You shouldn't wait for the first of the week. You should start right now. And if you fall off, you hit reset and you start again. So if you are not that type of person, then just enjoy the video. And if you are, let me know what resolutions you will be following this year. I believe in you because last year I set a resolution to lose weight and then I lost 60 pounds this year, which was pretty crazy. And if I can do it, you guys, so can you. Totally. It's so hard. So hard sticking to something and so hard to change, but it's so worth it. So you can definitely do it, and I'm here to support you. And what we're going to be doing today is going to be making a workout outfit because it's a little treat to myself for sticking to it. We're going to be doing this workout top, which is so cute. I love the back to it, and we're going to be doing these pants. So I'm very excited. I have the fabric. If you saw my unboxing video that just came out, you definitely saw this fabric, but we're going to be going with this beautiful teal color for the top and for some of the pants. And then, wait, oh, can you hear that static? Oh my goodness. Then we've got this lovely mesh for some of the pants as well. Very excited about that one. And we've got this beautiful black for the rest of the pants. I'm very excited to make this matching top and pants. I'm so excited. Make my first workout stuff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be I don't know. We'll see how it works out. It may turn out poorly. Oh well. I will be making a mock-up of the top because it's just a little confusing. I had to rework the patterns just because the pattern pieces weren't lining up correctly. I tried printing them twice, they just weren't. So instead of cutting out the whole pattern piece, I cut out half because that was easier, just how everything was printed. And so I'll put that footage right here so you can see sort of what I'm talking about. So the dimensions were a little weird and a little wonky, so I tried to cut out as few seams as possible in the middle so that I can just mirror this pattern on the other side to make the pattern full. Because the measurements weren't adding up. So wherever the line was to join the pattern pieces, the measurements that should be down center just weren't adding up. They were like almost a whole half inch off one way or the other. So I just cut out the half that I could make work. And now I'm just going to mirror them on the other side. So I'm cutting out it as one pattern piece. I hope that makes sense.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways.
I had to measure and cut out my own straps. They didn't give you a pattern piece for that. They just gave you the length. They didn't even give you the width. We'll have to see how it goes. But I also modified the pattern by cutting it into a sweetheart neckline instead of the scoop that they have. And if you're new here, you know that I like lower cut tops because, well, I've had 2 kids and boobs don't survive that very well. But also I have a really long torso. So when I'm sitting, it looks like my boobs are hanging down to my knees. That was probably more information that you need to know, but we're going to keep it real here and we're going to keep it honest. So I like having low cut stuff so that it doesn't look like that. It's just truly a tragedy, but we fix it the way we can. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be trying to put in cups into this outfit. So I'm going to work with that on the mock-up. And as always, I will have everything linked in the description, including the fabric and patterns and everything. Let's go put the top together. So the instructions on this pattern leave a lot to be desired, but I am a smart, capable woman. I can figure this out. I made the straps with these, and I just cut 2 of each, as the straps are gonna go from the front to the back, and then made 2 extras that I can cut to make the back strap pieces that go up the back. Hope that made sense. I'm gonna keep these separate so that I know where they are. So here's the front of the top, right? And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces, the back pieces, and I'm going to sew them to the outside, because if you can see, there is more here because the straps are going to attach here, and then this will all be sewn into a lining to finish the seam. So I'm going to start by sewing all the shoulders to the front. I'm an idiot. So I made 2 straps, and I was like, I'm gonna use these 2 to cut and put them. No, I need 2 because there's 2 sides. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna have to cut some more with the pattern that I have. Thank goodness I made a pattern. And make some more straps for the bottom. But before that, I've got both the front and the lining put together. I had to stretch these to fit because the sides were a little shorter on the back than the front. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the lining with the straps attached here and to the back where I want them to be. So I've got my straps to pin on, 2 for, let me make sure I'm attaching the right ones, 2 that are longer and 2 that are shorter. So I'm definitely going to put them in just a bit, but I'm going to attach them both here. Okay, so the top strap is 33. So this is the top strap. So it has to be here like that. And then this is the longer strap, so it's got to be here like that. Okay, and we're going to pin those in place. And then yeah, that's kind of how it's going to go. The longest one is going to be, I'm going to attach 1 inch like that. Place it right above. I'm going to do the same with this side and pin it. And now we're going to do these. That's the best part about making your clothes, is that you can really just do whatever you want. If the instructions say to do it the one way, but you're like, no, I want to do it this way, then do it that way. You're totally okay to make whatever choices you would like to make. There. Now, those are stitched, those are pinned in place. I'm going to stitch them in place first. And then I'm going to put this on, and that's where we're going to sew. We're going to sew up the back sides here, down the front, and then we'll see what we have. Okay, I've got the shoulders sewn together and the top flipped inside out. So now I'm going to sew a seam down the neckline, and then I'm going to flip it inside out, or right side out, and top stitch the neckline. Okay, so now that I have the top put together, and top stitched. Here's the back so far. I'm now putting together the waistband. So I've got both sides. This is a little tricky. The pattern, you can tell which needs to be the side and which needs to be the bottom and the top based on these little lines here, which are the markers for the back ties. So I have put them together like this, and like this, and then we're going to sew them that way. So I'm going to go sew the waistband together, and then I will be back so we can sew the band to the waist, and then finish the mock-up. I hope it works. I'm really nervous that it's not going to work, just based on how much finagling I've had to do with this pattern. So we'll see. I got the bottom band attached to the top. Now I was going to just sew up. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. You know what? I'm going to trust the process. I've got the bottom sewn on. Now I'm going to flip it like this and sew it across with the top folded over just a little bit to cover that seam. And then I'm going to make the straps for the side back here, and then I'm going to sew it all together up the sides and then put the sleeves on. Doesn't work? Well, that's why we make mock-ups. That is why we do this. That is why... And then you learn stuff, right? You learn what doesn't work. what doesn't work is just as important as what does work. So let's do that. We'll sew it. We'll flip it up and sew it and see where we're at. So I have all the back pinned together with 5 straps. I ended up putting 5 straps there. It's hard to see, but they're between here, and then I pinned them all together. So now I'm just going to sew up the one side and then up the other side. And then the back is done. All we need to do is add the sleeves. There's definitely several things I'm going to change, but I will talk to you about that after I've tried it on. Okay, so here's the top and the back, which is so cute, but there's definitely several problems. I should not be an extra small. I should be a small. And it's like really loose, so I'm definitely going to have to cut the extra small pattern and make that. These straps are way too loose by like a half. Other than that, if it's okay, it's really cute. I love this. Definitely back to the drawing board. There's definitely several things I'm gonna do differently with this, with the actual top. I'm gonna shorten all the straps. I'm going to sew each panel to the waistband that it's attached to, and then stay stitch all the straps in the back onto their panel that they need to be stay stitched to. Overall, it's super cute. Like it's lovely, but it just definitely not a pattern for somebody who's a beginner who just wants to make something quick and easy. It's good. It needs some work. But I'm committed to making it work. And we'll try again. I have the new patterns cut out for my workout top. I went down to the smallest size they have, which is kind of bananas because I'm definitely not that needs to be reworked a little bit. And I cut a deeper sweetheart neckline into the bodice, but I also extended the shoulders quite a bit because it just was not working with my torso. And I don't know whose torso it would work with. It's very short. Like with the paper pattern, if I was to match my shoulders, it's above my boobs. Like it sits so high. And even with the amount of stretch that you have, your band has to be so stretchy, and then you're like stretching down this way. Like that's not comfortable. So I added 3.5 inches, because what I did was I measured from here, from the top of my shoulder to under my boob where I wanted it to sit, and then I measured the pattern there too, and I had 3.5 inches of missing space. I didn't add seam allowance because then I figured that would just add a little bit of stretch and a little bit of tautness to the bodice here. So I didn't worry about that, but I did extend it. So this is sort of what we're working with. This is the back panel. This is how much I extended it by, and I just drew a straight over, down. Easy peasy. And then I did the same with the front bodice where I extended the shoulders up quite a bit. And now I may have cut it way too low in the front, but you know what? We'll see. It's fine. We'll figure it out. I had to put the pants pattern together because I have to cut out all the black at once, just to make sure that I have enough black for everything and that everything fits on the fabric. So I put together the pants pattern, and I was so confused. The seller doesn't offer any instructions, and they don't, they say it's to let your own creativity fly, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. So the pattern was actually really easy to put together. You just match the numbers together and then tape them together so that like there's a bunch of different pattern pieces. And then I was like, I don't know how I'm doing this. What goes where? And then I realized that they'd made it very easy. They had numbered up, so you just have to line up the numbers. Oh, you guys, it took me so long to realize that. It took me way longer than it should have to realize that. So I'll show you what I mean right now. We're just going to move over and I'll show you. Okay, so here I have the pants pattern laid out in order of what goes where, and it just starts with 1 at the bottom ankle cuff. And it just goes up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like it's once you figure that out, it's very easy to figure out where things go. I cut a medium large based on my sizing, and I'm concerned because the ankles seem like they might be too big, and the butt seems like it might not be big enough. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. I'm not doing a mock-up. We're just going to go for it and hope for the best. This is one whole leg. They've made the pattern so that there's no side seams. So you would just do the inseam and then attach both pants together because you're going to, both legs together. So I've labeled what's going to be different colors. I'm going to have the waistband and the hips black. I'm going to have this stripe here teal, mesh teal, black, because I really like the gray leggings they have on their website or on their Etsy shop. I just think they're really cute, so that's what I'm mimicking with this. So I'm going to take all the black and make sure that that fits, and then cut all the teal, and then I'm going to put my workout top together, and then we'll work on the pants. So that's sort of the plan. Let's get into cutting it.
Till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Okay, so we're going to definitely be doing something different with this top than we did last time because it just did not work. So what we're going to do this time is work vertically instead of horizontally. So we kind of put together the top, put together the waistband, and then put them together. And that's not what we're going to do this time. We're going to put the front together, and then we're going to put the back together, and then I'll show you how we're going to do that first. This is the waistband. So we have the lining and the outside of the top, and we're going to sew this vertically together like this. And we're going to do that with the front, and we are also going to do that with both of these side back pieces. And let's start there. We will put this together like this, and then we'll sew each piece together, and then I'll come back and I'll show you clearer so that hopefully it makes a little bit more sense. So I have the lining and the outside edges sewn to the waistband. So what's going to happen is this is going to flip up, and that's going to become one of the back sides. The side with the dip in is going to be on the outside to sew to the other piece of the waistband, and the side with the straight is towards the back center because that's where you're going to put the these things, strappies. So I got a bunch of those cut out here, and I've got my long ones here. And first thing, we are going to work on the back pieces. Yes, I'm going to measure it out. So it's about 8.5 inches. Half of 8 is 4, so 4 1/4. So I want one right here, as close to the bottom as possible. And then I'm just going to lay these pieces across the, it's really hard to see, but across the piece here, like so. I'm gonna actually measure them and place them. I think I'm gonna try and get 6 on. And I'm gonna make them even, and then I'm going to flip this up like this, and then I'm going to sew all the way up here after I attach the straps as well. And then when I flip them out, these will be hidden in a seam. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to need one of each. So I'm going to take that one, and I'm going to take this one, and I want this one to be sewed right at the back piece. So right where it turns blue. And this one's kind of getting in the way of that. The problem is that I'm going to have to angle it a bit because it's going to come up, and I don't want it to twist funny. So it's going to have to come up like this when it turns. And then I'm going to measure, what do you think? 2 inches? Let's go 2 inches up from the edge of that. Yeah, that looks good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this up to match the seams here. I am actually going to pin these all 3 layers together. Try to anyway, because don't want to be sewing over pins. I can't stand the idea of that. It's so scary. So I do not want to be sewing over any pins ever. Okay, so there's the seam together. Here's where all the straps are going to be. Here are where the back straps are going to be. And now I'm just going to sew all the way up the seam to here and then flip it inside out. So I'm going to sew it and then I'll be back to show you what sort of happens after that. I stay stitched the straps in, and then I went in with a zigzag on the edges to create like a serger finish. And then I seam ripped out the stay stitch. Not very well apparently. And so now we're gonna flip it. I haven't flipped it yet, so we're gonna ooh. Oh, perfect! That's exactly what you want it to look like. We are gonna go iron it, but I'm gonna do the other side first. So we've got these straight there and these coming up this way. Yeah, that looks really good. So now what we're going to do is we're literally going to do the exact same thing but to the other side. There. Now the straps are pinned on the other one, where this is just sort of tucked inside to keep the straps safe. And now I'm going to stay stitch up to where this last one is, and then I'm going to cut off the excess of these ones that are too long, and then I'm going to do the same zigzag up the side, and then I will be back to show you how the whole back looks. I have all the ties stay stitched in place, and I just want to make sure that it looks the way I want it to look. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. That looks so good. I'm so proud of it. That looks the way it's supposed to. So I think this was the way I was supposed to do it all along, but I didn't understand that. There. It looks so good. I am so happy with it. So next, I'm going to move to the front pieces. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fold them together face-wise. There's a phrase for that, and I just can't, I just can't think of it. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so next I'm going to sew all the way down the neckline, and then we're going to flip that out, and then I'll have to iron everything. There, now I have both the front and the back put together. I am going to put a little triangle of mesh here, so I'm going to have to sew the edges, and then when I top stitch, I will stitch this in as well. But now I want to get working on the pants. I've got the top almost done, so I think it's time that we jump to the pants. So I'm going to start with 1 and 2, sewing both legs together, because I'm going to be making 2 legs and then sewing them together. There will be no side seams. Making sure that I am attaching 1 to the right side of 2, because you want it to be going. There's an angle. It's as the pattern goes up, it angles out like it's getting bigger. Okay, so I have the legging legs put together. This is how they look so far. And now what we're going to do is we are going to put right sides together. I did double up this top, so there's 2 pieces here. And that was just because it was a little see-through without, but like it's much better now. There's no see-through at all, hopefully. We're going to put these right sides together, lining up the crotch seams, and then we're just going to sew up to this crotch seam here on both legs. I think the legs, the bottom of the legs, are going to be a little baggy, but we will have to see. I just had a bath and I'm in my pajamas, no judgment. But I'm done putting the legs together. Oh, let's show you the outside. So here's the leg. It's going to look so good. I'm so excited. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this flipped right side out into this flipped right side in, and then sew this seam together. And then I'm going to put the waistband together and put the waistband on, and then I'll be back with pants. Okay, I've got the pants all done. Very excited. They look great. I'm very excited. I'm so glad I doubled up the butt part of the pants. You know what I mean. The butt part of the pants. Ugh. Still in my pajamas, no judgment. But I am working on the shoulders now of the top, and I don't know if this is gonna work. I have the seams of the top here, and I'm gonna sew across with just a regular straight stitch and make sure that it's gonna work the way that I think it's gonna work, where I can flip it inside out because don't have the sides sewed up yet. These will be done last because I'm gonna actually sew the sleeves on first. But didn't adjust the sleeves. I don't know how that's gonna work. Oh boy.
Did not go well.
I have absolutely no idea what I'm gonna do about the sleeves. I'm just not there yet. And I cannot. So we're gonna just move on. I'm working on the shoulders. I sort of have it pinned, and then I'm just gonna sew straight across and then flip it and then top stitch it and hope that everything stays where it needs to. I'm gonna do it one at a time so I don't get straps all messed up. This is stressful. I figured out how to do the bodice and it looks so good, and now I'm just like, the rest of it's a dumpster fire. Nope, I hate how these seams are on the outside, so good thing I'm just stay stitching to make sure that I know that I'm gonna like what I'm doing. I highly recommend it. I'm going to take out the stay stitching and see if I can tuck them in together. And we'll see how that works. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly where I want the straps to be, so I'm just gonna cut just above the stay line on both sides, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do after that. You guys, I'm so dumb. This literally came to me in the middle of the night to the point where I was like, oh, that's how I'm gonna do it. And Lyle was like, can you go to sleep, please? Oh, my bad. And it took a lot of finagling, but I finally got that seam. I finally got that seam to be how it should be. Like this. And I'm going to show you how I did it. If I can do it again. Okay, you guys, the lighting isn't the best, and this is very, very complicated. To me, anyway. And so I'm going to try to walk you through what I'm doing and hope for the best. Okay. So this is the back piece, and this is the front piece. So I'm just going to pull it open while it's laying face down. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to line up the edges here on the outside. So I'm going to make sure that all of the shoulder edges are lined up, and then I'm going to pin it and pin the inside as well. And then I'm going to take these, and then we're going to put these in the corner. Oops. And then we're going to take these pieces and pin them right along this seam of the strap. And then we're going to pin these into the strap seam. Pin those right into the middle. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold this over. So you can pin the straps first, or you can fold it over and pin it. That's how I'm going to do it. There. Now you kind of have this twisted mess, but when it's done, you'll be able to flip it right out, and it'll just be like this. So I'm just going to sew this across, make sure that everything is even and that it all makes sense. Okay, so I got them all sewed together. They look great. I'm so excited. Okay, we're figuring it out. All right, now we have to attach the sleeves. So I'm going to attach the sleeves with the side seam open, and we're going to hope for the best, but plan for the worst. I may have to cut more sleeves. I don't know, but I'm going to stay stitch them first to make sure that it is going to work. And then if not, I will just cut new sleeves that are just a little bit bigger in the armhole. Okay, you guys, it is going to work. It's a little extra, what is the word? Floofy? Not floofy. Gathered, so it's a little, I hope you know what I mean, because I'm concerned I don't know what I mean, and that's always an issue. So I'm going to finish up this seam, and then I'm going to put the other sleeve on, and then I'm going to insert the cuffs, which I'm going to have to hand sew to the lining, which is fine. I'll get to that. And then I'm going to hem everything because I still have to hem the pants and hem the sleeves. But before I put the cuffs in, I'm actually going to sew a top stitch along here so that the cuffs can stay right where they are, so that this is like a real band separate from this, so it also doesn't like do any of this stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and I will be back when it's done. Okay, it's almost done. I'm just gonna take in these shoulder seams a bit because they're just a little baggy, so I'm just gonna take those in quickly, which is gonna mess up the nice shoulder, but that is what it is. Oh, that looks so good. I'm also going to put a little triangle of mesh here just because I think that would be really cute. So when I'm done all that, I will be back. Okay, so here are the results. I love these pants. First of all, if we're gonna talk about each piece separately. This outfit turned out adorable. Would I work out in this top? Heck, no, I wouldn't. Would I work out in these pants? Heck, yes, I would. Look at them. Look how cute they are. Oh, they're so high-waisted, and I have a really long torso to the point that when I was dancing, I used to have to get custom-made bodysuits because no bodysuits I could buy were long enough for my torso. So I have a very long torso and very short little legs. So the fact that this sits as high up on my waist as it does is incredible. These are great. 10 out of 10, recommend these. Run, do not walk to get these. They're so cute. I love them so much. I could have sized down, 1 or 2 sizes even, and I probably would have been fine in the fit, but I definitely want to make more of these. I love them. And this fabric worked out really well for it. I doubled up here as you saw in the video, and yeah, they are just so cute, but definitely could have sized down a couple times, so just take that into consideration. Next is this top. Did it turn out cute? Yeah, it's adorable. The back is adorable. I love the back. Would I recommend this pattern? No. It took a lot of finagling to get to this point, and even then I'm not 100% happy with it. I think the pattern just is not made for real people, and I definitely think you can fix it, like I did. You can fix it. The sleeves turn out a little wonky, but other than that, they're okay. And then I had taken a dart. The sleeves turn out a little wonky, as you can see. I had to put like a stitch in them to sew them up. So definitely, if you're gonna make it, make sure you angle the back straps like this, so that you're pulling the outside side where the straps are attached up. So it's like this, because that piece will just be baggy like you saw. So yeah, I love the back. It turned out fine. It's just, yeah, it was a lot of work. I just think that there are better workout tops out there. Better patterns with those back pieces? No. So if you're sold on the back pieces like I am, go for it. Even just try and add them onto an already put together top. That might work. Maybe I'll try that in the future. If you want to see that, let me know. But yeah, let me know if you're making anything. Let me know if you make these pants and how they work for you. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll see you in the next one.
I keep on falling.